Really, it's evidence of how people care in Cincinnati about what's happening in our community. So thank you for your partnership in that. We appreciate that. Okay, thank you. All right.
You've just been listening to Steve Saunders, the Cincinnati Police Department PIO, and right there, that's the baby in question, Lamylan McCollum, who has now been returned home. Presumably, we assume that's her mother there, taking her back home. Okay, so Saunders there was explaining many things. We understand now why there were so many scenes and why this was so confusing, potentially chaotic as far as an outsider looking into what police officers were having to deal with. So from what he said, one of those suspects stole the car from here where you see the initial scene of the crime in the West End on Hopkins Street. Somewhere along the way, 3 more people got into that car, and there were 4 suspects.
With the initial thief, that individual was living in this area towards the West End. At some point, that individual was arrested back towards this area, as opposed to with the 3 suspects that were in the car where the car crashed.
Right. So the reports were there were 3 suspects in the car. No, there were 4. There are 4 under arrest. But at some point, this car went from the person who, according to police, initially stole the car with the baby inside to these other 3 people who crashed the car near Western Hills High School. It's a little confusing, and we understand that. They're still trying to sort this whole thing out as well. What he did not say, and as you heard there, was where the baby was found, if the baby was in the car initially when it was stolen, or how this whole thing went down.
And